Coming up next is Joshua Ohlman.
Hi, I'm Joshua. I'm the lead developer at Useful.io, and I've been building production apps using 100% Meteor for the last year and a half. And I'm here to talk about the Useful Forms package. Meteor needs a forms package. Ever since I started using Meteor, I've been looking for the perfect forms package. And this is the first one I found that I really liked. Well, I wrote it myself. It's super simple. Here we've got a form with just 3 inputs. And all you need to use the forms package and get your data out of this form is that first line there in your JavaScript, the forms.mixin, which is just going to add the form's goodness to your form. And then you're just going to handle the document submit event. And you get past the document that you want automatically. You just have it there. You can insert it directly into your database without modification if you like. And what you also get is that your HTML and JavaScript are decoupled. So we just added 4 inputs here, and we don't have to touch our JavaScript. And we could remove inputs, we could rename them, we could convert our form from bootstrap style to materialize. We can do anything we want with the HTML, and as long as we still have inputs that are emitting the change events, then the form works. The API is also reactive and extensible. Here, I've built a custom form control, and that form control is a button. But all I need to do to make that work with the forms package is call the one line you see kind of towards the bottom of my JavaScript there, form.change. That triggers the forms API to update the underlying state and to change that doc.notify that you see in my HTML from true to false, or vice versa. And the API is super flexible all over the place. Here we've got a form where you submit a comment, and instead of validating this comment on the client side, what we're doing is validating it on the server side, and then we're just going to display that error message in the form. Because the Forms API lets you just add errors to the collection of errors, then you can just drop that error right in, and voila, you're good to go. So what do you get with the Forms API? You get a 1-line code to integrate any particular template. That forms.mixin is going to add forms goodness to any of your templates. You get events that make sense for your forms. You also get template helpers that make sense so that you can put them anywhere in your HTML. You can show your errors above or below or next to or all in a list at the end of your form, anywhere you want those. You also get an awesome API so that when the template helpers and events aren't enough, you can directly manipulate the state of your form. Some other fun facts. We have support for schema and validation, but it's totally optional. If you don't need to validate your form, you don't have to use the schema. If you want to build custom inputs, if you want to build something like AutoForm where your entire form gets laid out according to your schema, we have the underlying API to make that easy. We're planning support for drop-in validation, so you could just use astronomy or simple schema to validate your documents. We're planning support for subdocuments and transform hooks so that if you want a number and not a string, you can do that. And it's super small, which means if you're confused about how it works, just read the source code. It's only 427 lines. If you think that API sounds awesome, we're planning another one, and it's not out yet, but go to hailstation.io and you'll see we've got a plan for making messages as easy to do as accounts. So back to forms, try it out, Meteor add useful forms, get on GitHub and contribute, let us know what the bugs are, let us know what new features you want, and that's it. Any questions? Yes?
Does it work only with Blaze, or are you planning future iterations?
So it's a...
Can you repeat the question?
So he wanted to know whether it would work only with Blaze or with other integrations. Currently, it extends your template by adding helpers and events, so it wouldn't work with other UI systems, but that'd be something to think about.
Great.
Anyone else? Yes?
The messaging system, you're talking about messaging queue.
Mm-hmm.
Are you talking about messaging queue?
So what we're talking about with messages is it's really easy to build like a basic chat app. But there's lots of other features you want in a chat app that add complexity and just end up getting harder and harder to build right. And we want to build that right once and then make it easy for you to use that in your app.
All right.
All right. Thank you.